Alright, I already know you guys saw the title, and you're gonna be like, Diggin, what are you talking about? Obviously it's a no! Jeffy, listen here. I'm gonna ask that you watch my video and then comment. Also, another thing is that if you're one of those people that goes, well, it's just SML, it's not that serious, bro, probably click off this video, because I can already tell you are not gonna be taking anything I say seriously. With that out of the way, enjoy the video, and please listen to what I have to say before you say anything, because, like, I know what you guys are gonna say, but, like, just listen.
This is your new crib!
Hey guys, quick little announcement. I finally released Bro Adventures to the public. Bro Adventures is a little series about Diggin and his friends doing like the dumbest shit imaginable. This has been a passion project of mine since like 2019, and I'm so glad I'm finally releasing it. So yeah, the link in the description is for it. You can also join my Discord server if you want, because like I have a channel where we like talk about Bro Adventures. Anyways, yeah, please go read it, and bye. So, I'm here to talk about if Jeffy is good autism representation or not, which sounds like a joke, but I assure you it's not. And yes, I am going to be talking about SML in a serious tone. First things first, we gotta think about Jeffy as a character. A lot of people say that he's just an evil, mean stereotype of disabled people. And to be honest, at first he was. Logan even admits this. I can't remember what video it was, but I do remember him saying it. He's based off of a character from something that I don't remember the name of. I'll probably put a screenshot. But no, Jeffy, when he was first introduced, was definitely just supposed to be a disabled stereotype, and also Jeffy was supposed to be a one-off character. He was not supposed to come back in other videos. However, despite him starting off as a stereotype, that was quickly dropped after a few episodes, in all honesty. Like, I was going back and watching some old SML, and like the whole disabled thing kind of gets dropped pretty quickly. I mean, like, there's still times when they call Jeffy a retard or make fun of him, right? But what SML character has that not happened to? Like Junior, Joseph, Cody, and so on have called each other retards, and they do it quite often, so it's not like they're only singling Jeffy out for that. And another thing that comes with Jeffy is the way that he behaves. When Jeffy was first introduced, he was 11 and then he turned 12, but for the most part he was just like 12. And back then he was kind of more oblivious. I wouldn't say he was like stupid, right? He was just like unaware. Like, he didn't really know how to do things, how to use things, what to do in a lot of situations, and also he didn't really speak that well. Like, yeah, Jeffy could talk, obviously, but like he would like slur his words, or he would just talk really slow.
Mr. Tato Head?
Yeah.
What is that?
What?
Jeffy, I told you not to put that pencil on your nose. Why'd you do it?
What did you say?
Why? Oh, get the gummies out of your ears.
Where's my pencil at? I lost my pencil.
Now, I know that's mostly from him being a new character and they didn't really quite establish him yet, but I like to think of it as like, you know, Jeffy was younger, so that's why he behaved more like that than he does now. And then there's the whole, like, Jeffy causes Marvin problems, and it's like, yeah, and yeah, some of those times I think it was because Jeffy just didn't know any better, but a lot of the times I'm pretty sure he just does it to piss off Marvin. Let's be real now. And it's one of the reasons why I kind of hold off on just straight up calling Jeffy stupid, because, like, there are times where he's stupid, but he's stupid on purpose, right? Like, he's purposefully doing stuff to piss off Marvin. Like, he's doing that intentionally. So that, I don't really call him stupid for that. He's just, like, annoying, if anything. And then, you know, there's other things that Jeffy does, whether it's smacking his diaper, doing the sound, screaming, swearing, you know, all sorts of things, breaking shit. Now, a lot of what I've mentioned sounds really negative. Like, you're like, hey, I wouldn't really want that as representation, and I get it. However, we're gonna look deeper into Jeffy as a character. Like I said in the intro, if you do not take SML stuff seriously, if you're like, it's just a puppet show, this video is not for you. However, if we look into Jeffy's childhood, we can see how terrible it was. Now, Jeffy got hit all the time, he was yelled at, he wasn't taken care of properly, and among other things that I'm not really gonna mention here, Jeffy had a terrible childhood, and it could be a reason why he behaves the way that he does today. For example, when he swears a ton, you know, he could have picked that up from his mom since she's always yelling at him and, you know, swearing at him. And then the yelling too, you know, he just like, he grew up around yelling, so he's just like, oh, I guess I'll yell now. Then, you know, when it comes to violence, like how he kicks Bully Bill's ass and among other things, he also could have picked that up from his mom because, you know, she was really violent. And then, you know how Jeffy kind of gets scared of like random things for no reason? Like, he'll just start flipping out. That could also be due to his childhood, since his mom, you know, she beat him a lot and she was always mean to him. He could have just picked up fears to random things that were like normal. Like, you remember in his 20th birthday when he got the giraffe toy and it like triggered his bad memories? You know, it's like, it's something you wouldn't think somebody would be upset about, but once you know the reason behind it, then it makes sense. So a lot of the bad behaviors that Jeffy has could be something that was more normalized in his life. So a lot of the bad and violent behaviors Jeffy has was something that was just normalized when he was a child. So maybe to him, he just doesn't really see it as him acting terrible. Because again, that's what he grew up with and that's like what he knows. I would also like to add that some people view it differently than this, but autism is considered a mental disability and it affects people differently. No two autistic people are the same, and I know that very well. And like I said, autism is considered a disability, and disabilities are called that for a reason because they often come with undesirable traits, which can be what Jeffy is doing. There are some autistic people that tend to be loud or yell or swear or in general are just disobedient for the sake of being disobedient because they don't like to listen to what their parents say or what authority figures have to say to them. It can also be a reason why Jeffy misunderstands things or misinterprets things. Like, you guys remember the homework episode? Jeffy could not understand the concept of 8 minus 4, so then he just came up with his own way of doing it, which again could stem from the autism. Okay, sorry, I know this sounds like funny, like I'm making fun of it. I'm not making fun of it. It's just that, seriously analyzing Jeffy as an autistic character, it sounds funny to me. This is coming from a person with autism, by the way. I'm sure I didn't need to tell you that, I'm 21 and I still watch SML. That's really hard to put the pieces together there with that one, I'm sure. Anyways, while I've only been going over the negatives of Jeffy, let me go over the more positives with him. Now, this is something I said in my Brooklyn Guy video, but SML is unintentionally good at portraying neurodivergent people. They're very good at portraying ADHD with Brooklyn Guy with the way that he does things and the way that he has like his little routines and things that he does, right? For Jeffy, he has a few of these characteristics too, and a few that I happen to relate to quite a bit. Now, starting off with some, Jeffy likes certain things. He likes his cat piano, or in general, we can say he likes music, because, he also likes hop hop. He likes pencils. He likes giraffes. He likes his bunny suit. He always has to wear his bunny suit before he goes to bed, among other things. And now, in terms of the music, since I was just talking about it, Jeffy has the need to listen to hop hop a lot, usually before he goes to bed. He's like, no, I have to listen to it. I have to do it. And this is one that I personally relate to quite heavily. Now, I was a bit more about this when I was younger. I've learned to manage it more now that I'm an adult. However, it still gets to me, is I have this problem. Well, that's not really a problem. It's like a need, right? I get this need to get up and listen to music, and I have to do it for long periods of time, and I just space out doing it. I think the word for it is maladaptive daydreaming. I'm not sure if that's entirely what it is, but it's what it sounds like. And Jeffy has the same thing where he has this need to listen to this music before he goes to bed. Like, he just has to listen to it. And that's something I can very heavily relate to. And then, Jeffy just has his special interests that he have. He really likes giraffes. He likes pencils. Well, pencils and then, drawing in general. And he likes his cat piano. Jeffy even seems to be good with music, like in Jeffy the Rapper 1 and 2. He made good rap songs. People liked them a lot. So Jeffy just has this thing for music and art in general. And then when it comes to Jeffy, he seems to also be a little bit of a picky eater. Like, he has specific foods he likes and foods he doesn't like. Now, this is another thing I can relate to a ton. You know how Jeffy hates green beans? Like, he has a visceral hatred for them, will not touch them, will not eat them. They're terrible, they're horrible, he hates them. I am the exact same way, maybe a little worse in all honesty, but with ketchup. I can't remember if I've mentioned this before on my channel, but I have this visceral, loathing hatred for ketchup. If it touches me, I flip out. It's the one food that genuinely makes me tweak, and I don't really know why. The only reason I can figure out is because of the autism, in all honesty. I hate ketchup. And it's the same way that Jeffy hates green beans. He hates that shit. Honestly, I can't blame him though. You hate what you hate, can't really help it. He said before that he likes carrots. Marvin just refuses to give him carrots. He'll only give him green beans for some reason. I don't know why he does that. He just does. Marvin, stop it. And then, on top of that, there's other things that Jeffy does, whether it's the thing or the smack in his diaper. They're just things that he does. He can't really sit still. He has to fidget with something or do something. And that can be seen as stimming to me. At least that's what I see it as. When he also does his animal noises, he used to do that a lot. It's just stuff that he does. He just makes noises, he does things, he moves around. It's just as a way to stim. And now this is more of a funny one, but how Jeffy makes fun of himself for being disabled? I think that's really funny because I do that too. Self-deprecating humor is just self-deprecating humor, but I don't know. I think it's funny, and I think that it's also nice that Jeffy makes fun of himself, he doesn't take himself too seriously. Something else I'd like to mention is that modern Jeffy is very different from early Jeffy. And modern Jeffy is also different from 2017-18 Jeffy as well. Now, while the actual reason for explaining this is just that, oh, Lance has gotten used to his character and, you know, he's just changed over the years. It's a way of me looking at Jeffy and going, hey, he started off as this kind of oblivious kid that didn't really know what was going on, you know, he's disabled, to becoming an adult who is still disabled, but, you know, he's grown accustomed to things and he's matured as much as, you know, Jeffy can mature, but he's matured over the years and he's learned how to do things better. At least that's the way I like to look at Jeffy. Because in all honesty, I can't really remember the last time Jeffy had an episode where all he did was scream and swear and like, remember how everyone used to flip out about that in like 2018? Like, I can't remember the last time Jeffy's done that, you know, in like recent times. Now, is Jeffy still annoying and still bothers Marvin on purpose, among other things? Yeah, but it's very noticeably toned down. Like I said, I think this is more like Jeffy maturing and just, you know, coming to figure out how things work and whatnot, and just realizing that, you know, he doesn't need to do all that. Just kind of figuring things out, you know, and just not feeling the need to do all that stuff anymore. Now, after all that, the question still stands: is Jeffy good autism representation? Now, for me, I think he is, because it's not only me, but a few friends I have and other people online that genuinely relate to Jeffy. They point out a lot of the things that he does and say, hey, that reminds me of myself. And even for me, I still look at Jeffy and I go, hey, I can relate to that too. But more so, I say it just comes down to the person themselves and what they want to see in Jeffy. Because like I said, there's some people that say, hey, I relate to him, I like him, I think he's good. And other people that are just gonna say, well, no, he sucks ass. And I think personally, you can think whichever way you want to think. Although, in all honesty, I don't think people are gonna look at Jeffy in the bigger picture and go, wow, that's really good autism representation. If anything, most of them are gonna go, ooh. It's only really a small selection of people that are actually gonna take Jeffy seriously, and that are actually gonna look into him as a character. But overall, especially modern Jeffy, I think he's fine representation, because like I said, a lot of the stuff he does is actual things that autistic people do, among other things that, you know, even the undesirable things are still things that occur within autistic people and neurodivergent people as a whole. And I know that it's never been officially stated what disability Jeffy has, but like, it's been joked about quite a bit that he's autistic, so I'm just gonna go with it. Anyways, I'm not sure what else to add, so I guess this is where I will be finishing off my video. If you have any thoughts, please let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say about this, and thank you for actually watching this video through before commenting. Anyways, have a good day, and goodbye.
Okay, Jeffy, this is your new crib.
Is he okay, Mark?